What is going on? It has been a long but interesting week. Double J went to a con, but it happened to be a very small con that's about MAGA. So that's weird.
Manga, not MAGA.
Whatever.
Those
Dom
are two very different things to go to con.
is going to go to New York Comic Con. And yeah, I've just been being me. What was I going to say? We've got an interesting show today. We're going to go. You guys love that collectibles game. Holy shit. You guys love the collectibles game we're going to play. So we're pretty much going to be playing games with the chat the majority of the time. One of them is like, look, some of these Star Wars collectibles still worth a great amount of money if you have them. You're not going to be rich, but you'll have Dom yelling. You'll have Dom yelling, if only I kept that, I would have so much money.
Dom's era.
Yeah, except for Dom would never sell it anyway. So we're going to cover some stuff there. You guys are going to have to guess the price on them. We'll see what's good, what's not. We'll probably go back to that lads pull thing because as soon as I finished, like 2 days later, JJ's like, you didn't even cover half these pulls that are dope. So we'll do that.
I looked at some too, man. I'm kind of like,
dope is
they're funny. Crazy. I'm telling you, they got some crazy stuff that you sit there.
I didn't look at any of their polls, so hopefully nobody else did either. But can't help it. Let's say hi to some of the kids in the chat. GTK Comics, thumbs up high. Oh, sorry for the late thumbnails and stuff lately, guys. Today, fishing tournament, the kids took awards. The son took. Hey, Dom, you can tell your boy this. My kid got rock bass. Ask him what he thinks about this. He got top rock bass for youth, 12 3/4, right?
Okay.
But it was overall the top rock bass in the whole tournament, which is $1,000 payout. They didn't give him $1,000, but they didn't give him $1,000 payout because he was youth. But if you're youth and you get the biggest fish, like, I'm sorry, adults, you suck. Like,
listen, you know what funny thing is, like kids going to a casino. If they hit and they're underage, they don't get it.
Well, I don't see it like that. I don't see it. Plus, not to mention, like, some of the, like, I know people do this too. Let me just give you a little advice. If you're ever fishing and your kids are fishing in a tournament and you hear another kid go up there, they don't say, because they'll always ask you, like, what did you catch it on? If the kid doesn't tell you what they caught it on, they didn't catch that fish. I'm just gonna say that. My kids were up there. The ones like Zebco, Doc, Demon. He's like, I used a large night crawler. Came out of. I'm like, okay, you don't have to tell them your home address, son. You know what I mean? And then my daughter's up there going like, caught it on she's a pink Zebco pole with a pink jig with a white and black eye and a pink worm, and I'm like, oh my god, like
you have to use the approved kit, like Pinewood Derby.
No, but then you get some parents, and I'll tell you this, they'll send their kid up there, and the fish won't be big enough to make the adults, but for somehow it was one of the biggest kid fishes, and the kid will go like, they'll be like, what'd you catch it on? And they're like, and they look over to their dad, and then whatever their dad or tells them, or that's what it's like. That kid didn't catch that fish.
You know,
didn't catch that fish.
It's funny.
I mean,
so my boy,
like I can think like little league baseball and stuff.
Hold on, don't change.
Aquatic Apes. He said me he had me watch a video. He watch this video really quick. I watched the video. All of a sudden, now I'm getting all these reels on my thing of fishing videos. I'm like,
dude, fishing videos are awesome. I'm glad. Look at how happy you are now, though, dude. Do you see that guy in Florida that like he's wild? He's like a little short dude, and the guy with dreads, and he just jumps around and everything.
Yeah,
you seen that guy?
I saw that guy.
Like he'll jump in the water and pull the. Yeah, dude, that guy's awesome, man.
There was a dude. There was a right now. I just got a video of a swordfish. It was freaking goddamn. Somebody caught one and he was like slicing the guy had to jump up.
Oh yeah,
you know, those things are crazy.
Yeah, sailfish and stuff. Yeah, dude, you can't be doing that. Sorry, guys. No, that's cool though. No, JJ, I hear what you were saying too, but there's a way. Like if you've been fishing, little kids love to like. I want to try this bait. What's this bait called? Like the kids know. You know what I mean? They know.
You know, you ever see that cartoon a long time ago? It's like if it was like on this when Tom and Jerry showed, it was a guy fishing, and then the kid goes in there, he starts catching all these fish, and then the kid walks away. The guy goes there, and the fish comes up and goes, "Hey Mac, where'd the kid go?" He was catching all the fish. The guy was trying to catch the fish, like the fishing up tomorrow or some shit like that.
All right, Tommy. As Ed is probably already asleep, I have to say hi for the algorithm. Cool, man. Thank you, Tommy. Star Wars Sunday with the crew. Need to know what's new in Star Wars and what else to buy. bring on the laughs and rants. Thank you, Ruben.
Listen, Ruben, there's a lot of stuff to buy. There's nothing to buy at all right now. There's still not much stuff that came out this week.
The fact that we scramble enough content every Sunday for this bleeding IV is
that is actually true.
It's true.
Hey, he ain't lying. He's not lying.
It's
like, yo, Pete just sent over the original logo, which was on a tape. We used to be on a different channel, and Pete created a lot of the like logo stuff and a lot of the artwork for that channel. So, and he's like, this is over 5 years ago. We've been doing the show for over 5 years, and it is, yeah. It's an amazing feat.
By the way, when is Graphics Man Pete gonna make us a long intro to this show? So we have I want my minute long break intro.
Just ask him; he'll do it. I just too lazy to ask him because he says, "What do you want?" And I said, "I don't know, Pete. If I knew, I'd just do it."
1 minute of time. I don't really care what's on it.
Okay, just hit him up and tell him that real quickly. Dwayne's got Force Choke plus nubs on the receiving end equals an epic Star Wars moment. That would be an epic Star Wars moment. Happy Sunday, Darksiders, Wookiee Fanatic. Happy Sunday to you. Make sure you follow Wookiee Fanatic too. He's got a good IG.
There's still
24
minutes of basketball. I might not be happy yet.
What's that? How much?
There's still 24 minutes of basketball. I might not.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We have the worst night for this because it's the fall. We get football, then we get the playoffs, and then we get the holidays, and then now we got basketball going on. It usually seems like it's always the biggest games are on Sunday night. So. But hey, let's get into. We'll just go over comics this week, and then we'll get into the guessing game because the guessing, the collectibles thing.
Some news later.
Okay, we can do news. I don't care. You want to do news?
Either one.
There's a couple of news.
I haven't said pew pew. You're right. Appreciate you. Yeah, let's do news. We can do news. All right, let's start the JJ news. Why is there something in news that I didn't know about that?
I don't know.
Go off, or is it gonna be a calm news now? That
if Tom sent me something, I might not have included.
I don't know.
He seems calm though. I think it's the fishing videos.
JJ, now you're getting you're talking when the news thing comes out and everybody's mute. Just like Sticks does all the time in the videos.
Because it's on a 3-second delay for me. So when the video starts, I don't even know it. But... All right. All right. News. There was some actual news this week.
Okay, what is it?
We had a casting for the Star Wars Starfighter alongside Ryan Gosling. Mia Goth has been cast. So originally this was a Mickey Madsen.
Hey, pull down your mic a little bit.
Role. She turned down the role, so now it's Mia Goth. So.
Yeah, that was kind of quick. That she turned down the role for a money situation. All of a sudden, boom. The next day I looked. Mia Goth took it. She became the...
So,
well, I mean...
she's been in a lot of horror movies lately. Yeah. She started in those...
She got a big smile, too.
Yeah. So...
She got nice chiclets in her mouth. The smile she has.
She looks young, but she's actually I think she's 32. So
yeah, she's in her 30s. Yeah.
Not too far off from Ryan Gosling's age.
I don't know. It's kind of interesting. So she's going to be playing the villain. So Ryan Gosling's going to be a fighter pilot. And apparently they had a synopsis what the story's about. I don't know if you have that in the news yet. You're going to talk about it in the news?
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out whose mic's got feedback in it. If it's Dom or if it's JJ. It's definitely Dom's. Yes.
My feedback?
Yes. You get a scratching noise or something like that. So she's going to play a villain. In this, it's Starfighter's what, JJ?
Starfighter's the Sean Levy movie.
Yeah, but what's it about? Do we know anything at all on it?
Dom, what is the synopsis you read?
Well, apparently it's Ryan Gosling protecting his nephew. He has a nephew that she's after. And he's protected him.
Fan.
So, my fan, hold on. Let me shut the fan off. Hold on. Because I'm warm. The house is hot.
I wonder, is this the one that was is this taking care of whatever the pilot fucking show they originally announced was going to be? Is this taking?
Yeah, Rogue Squadron. Maybe.
Might be.
It's hard to say. It doesn't seem like it, but because it doesn't seem like it's about a squadron so much as it is basically just Ryan Gosling's character. But we don't know for sure. I mean,
Meyer, you're gonna kill him now.
I'm thinking hot as balls now. Thank you very much. That's why I need something on here. It's hot.
Tom's gonna be sweating his balls off.
He's gonna sweat his balls off.
So
what's the synopsis on this one? Synopsis.
So apparently, it's Ryan Gosling is his nephew. Apparently, she's after him, and he's got to protect him. And they crash land on a planet. Something in that vicinity like that. So he's protecting his nephew from this girl that's going to be the villain. I don't know if she's a Sith. I don't know if she's.
Doesn't that sound like Planet of the Sith, JJ? Isn't that? Remember that Dark Horse series? What was it called? Sith Temple, Planet of the
Valley
Sith.
of the Sith, you mean?
Huh?
Valley of the Sith?
Was that the Sith, Valley of the Sith?
Yeah.
Maybe that could have been it.
But this takes place. I think this is going to be more of a so it takes place, I think, after or during the sequel trilogy.
Okay.
So
I think a couple of months. I think a couple of years after the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be more of an outlier thing. I don't know that it'll have Sith or not, because that if Palpatine's dead and the Sith really still around type of thing. So
there always is, because it's balance of the Force. There's always
exactly.
Sith around.
But I think it's going to be more of like a Top Gun type of mission movie. So they're going
to be playing beach volley. She's going to be playing beach volleyball topless.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Actually, she's an actress that might be. It's a story for another time.
No, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to be intrigued by this. I'm not sure. I got to see that's going to get me very interested. I'm not interested right now.
Hey, listen, here's the deal. Yeah, I mean, it might not. If you just said Top Gun and it's called Starfighter, two things neither one I'm interested in.
I'm going to watch Starfighter is the final title, though.
But the implication is we're going to have a lot of ships, and I will tell you this: there is a huge sect of nerd Star Wars fans, the nerdiest of them, that are fans of ships, like of aircrafts, and they love all this crap. They love all the technical speak, all the jargon, what modular does this, what this, that, and the other thing, how to tell the difference between an X-Wing Y and an X-Wing X, so I have no doubt that this might be more geared towards them. I just hope they make it like reasonable for all of us to watch. So,
well, you know what? Listen, like I said, it gives us something to look forward to, the 2027, leading into Star Wars Celebration 50th anniversary of Star Wars. You know what? Maybe it might turn out to be one of the best things we've seen in a while. In Star Wars, we'll see. Yeah, you know what? I actually like Iron Eagle. So,
what was that TV show? Wolfhawk or whatever? Airwolf. Combination of the two, Iron Eagle and Airwolf. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Do I got to move it, JJ? I got to move it. Okay.
I can move it.
Okay, go ahead.
I think.
Oh, who the shit? Oh, wow. Al's not looking good.
Al Pacino.
Holy
Al Pacino did an interview this week where he talked about his turning down of his Star Wars role, and said they offered him a fortune, but he didn't. He also said he was busy. He was doing like a Broadway play or something at the time, but he said that he didn't understand the script, and movies in which like you don't speak the language of, or where other characters speak languages to you and stuff was not his thing, at least at the time. So,
dude, hold on. I smell some bullshit.
And listen, he may look like that, but his unit's still working, man. He got his 24-year-old girl, a 34-year-old pregnant. She had another kid, so God, he may not be looking good. He's still producing.
Well, that or the gardener. I mean, who knows? I don't really care. Not concerned about it one way or the other. I'm just saying. Have you ever heard Al Pacino talk anyway besides Al Pacino?
No.
Think about that.
Actually,
he never.
Hilariously, Bill Hader does a really good like Al Pacino auditioning for Star Wars thing, if I remember.
Yeah,
really. Yeah. I mean, I don't think. I'm sorry, but I don't think Al Pacino doing Al Pacino in space really would have flied. I know everybody says that they got an offer, they're gonna, but I think this one is really full of shit.
Well, that's kind of what he said. Like he said, the script basically wasn't for him. Like it wasn't an Al Pacino type project. So yeah, I kind of get that.
Yeah, if I see you and you're doing what you're doing and I'm doing what I'm doing, I mean, I don't see him in Star Wars ever, unless he gets dressed up and he's got an alien voice over himself, and then
so I don't know, but But he passed anyways, and we got Harrison Ford and all that. Anyway.
No bullshit. He wasn't up for that. That's really bullshit. I was gonna ask you.
He's actually up for Lando.
No.
He was up for Lando.
What?
The Lando
Billy D technically said he was actually Lando.
That I would kind of believe. I could believe Lando. I can't believe
we got Billy D instead of a hoo-ah.
Hoo-ah.
Can you imagine some guy sitting next to Nin Nubs be like hoo-ah when he like come on,
no, I mean I can see like that's where like because even like Lando had like his flamboyancy to him, so like there was a little bit something different. I could not see them doing that with a character like Han Solo or Luke Skywalker or Leia.
Well,
Kurt Russell was offered Han Solo, right?
Han Solo
but I can see, but Kurt Russell can act. I mean, I love Al Pacino. I love what he does.
Al Pacino overacts sometimes.
Al Pacino's Al Pacino. That he acts as Al Pacino playing the part of. That's not Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell, he's got range. And no offense to Al, but like
Al Pacino with a cape.
did you see Al Pacino play a blind guy one time? Because
you're about to say Al Capone.
Still was Al Pacino. Al Pacino.
What was the football movie with his?
Any given Sunday. You
gotta fight.
Al Pacino yeah. Same thing. Same rhythmatic.
Also,
like he can't get away from
also the devil. What's the Keanu movie? The devil was the movie.
Devil's Advocate. I think
Devil's Advocate. Yeah.
Is that why he's blind?
No,
that's where he's the devil.
The devil. He's playing the devil.
Yeah. Gonna take your soul.
Career, but I'm all good with him not being in Star Wars.
Me too. That's fine. Al Pacino plus a cape.
Well, it would be fun if they ever did like a what if and he shows up as like old Lando. Like
what if alternate universe?
Yeah. Kind of like
are you serious? Well, okay, wait. For real, did they say what iconic character he said he was going to play?
Like Lando.
No, he said he was going to play Lando. Oh, you were just messing around with the Han thing in the beginning. Okay, cool.
No. Well, I said I didn't finish. I said we got Harrison Ford instead of Kurt Russell. We got Billy D instead of Al Pacino, and so there's a lot of people offered roles.
Thank God he didn't. I mean, God bless him, but thank God he didn't take that. I think, what's his name did a great job of Lando. So,
yeah. Here's one that I don't know if Dom's going to be happy or sad about or what. There is, I don't know if it's actually confirmed. It's rumors, but it was Hollywood Reporter, so it's a major industry magazine reporting this thing, coming out and saying that Dave Filoni and Carrie Beck are the co-candidates to succeed Kathleen Kennedy. They don't have enough trust in Filoni handling all business aspects and everything of it himself, so they're also going to have Carrie Beck in the role.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
Going to be kind of co-presidents.
I'm going to tell you this. With this, Kathleen Kennedy's not leaving. She's going to still stay aboard. She's stepping down as the president.
But she's leaving her position.
She's leaving her position. Yeah. Look, Dave Filoni, if you love him, you hate him. We all there's things he does that we hate. All the canon that he destroys by retconning things, this and that. We're not going to, if he steps on, we're not going to get any more stuff like Andor. Because he really wasn't a big fan of Andor.
If he steps up.
If he steps up, yeah. So we would be getting, the Ahsoka stuff, the Rebel stuff, things that his toys in his playground for the so-called future. And you know what? Hit or miss. He right now, see, and Kathleen's influence is still going to be there because.
She's still going to be executive producer on projects.
Exactly. And Carrie Beck is a Kathleen Kennedy protege. She does.
She's not. She's not. What she is this is not what I'll tell you what she is. Her and Dave are the same person. One just has tits and one has man tits. Because all the projects she worked on were projects with Dave. That's it. That's her resume. She did Mandalorian season 2. She did Clone Wars. The last season. She did all of Rebel.
I think what Dom's saying and what they kind of said in the article is she's more the money production side of it than Filoni. And Filoni's more creative.
Oh, fair. She vice president and EP some stuff. But yeah, you're right. But once again, then that kind of, trying to explain to the job title what that is. The problem that I have with it is I don't like if you look at her resume as far as that, she sees animation. She knows the financials and everything out. And this is why I'm saying why her and Dave are similar. One's got tits and one doesn't. Well, they both got it, but whatever.
They work on the same projects is what you're getting at.
Not only that, but like their basis is in animation. So it actually, I think, hurts not having, if you're going to do this team up, like you should have put a live action member onto this co-creator, co-team, whatever, the team. There should have been a live action person instead, I think, and probably somebody who isn't as close to Dave as she is, because she worked directly with Dave on a lot of projects, and I think like you could say she's part of Story Group, but obviously she didn't care that much of Story Group because she let this dude just piss all over.
Do you think Filoni's got his fingers in too much of everything already, though, for that to occur? Like, you'd almost have to bring in a total outsider.
Well, I actually think they have somebody in-house that's going to be part of the live action stuff that's going to come aboard eventually. Because
what's up, Paris? What's up, Chef?
Look, at me personally, I don't mind having animation. Give me 2 animations a year. If you get 1 live action, I'll take animation. I'll take that because it's less cost. You can do 16 episodes of a show, and all you need is the voice actors to do the voices and the people the drawing, because now you have like AI and have all that stuff to draw characters, so it's a little bit easier to make animation over live action. But there's somebody in the fold that actually is going to come up to be part of that the live action team that Dave's going to put together, because I think Dave thinks he's a live action connoisseur now. I think he thinks he's because he did the.
He can think now.
I know, right?
That's a thing.
But that's where I think, yeah, I mean, Dom, I think your point, I think it's a very pointed point. And I think that's where the problem is. Like, for everybody who wanted to watch a hate video and scream about KK, like, well, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And now we're going to have a guy who I'm not sure he does care about Star Wars.
Well, the thing is, so this whole report from Hollywood Reporter, if you want to call it that, was taken from like kind of like anonymous insider info for the most part. But like when you look at that,
I don't like that. But
the question is they had about Filoni was that he was too like kind of steeped in lore, and that he was going to steer things more like Ahsoka. Like Dom said, it's going to be more like Ahsoka and Acolyte, where it's Star Wars fans get it, but outsiders might not get it, and they kind of want some other projects like Andor that's more for in between and can get more critical acclaim, and that type of stuff. So,
well, look, I can tell you this.
I don't know.
I can tell you, I don't think Dave Filoni doesn't like Star. I think he does. I think he wants to live George Lucas's legacy, by making stuff that inspired by George Lucas type of stuff.
Dude, you don't want to make stuff inspired.
I know, but the only thing that I worry about with Dave Filoni is the constant Easter eggs, the constant like cameo appearances, the constant stuff that he puts in the shows.
But that's the one thing he has in common with George is fuck everybody else. We're just gonna keep pushing a couple people that I want to push.
He loves Star Wars, but he loves like his vision of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what George Lucas did too, to be honest.
Yeah.
So they work the same way.
Which didn't work out in a lot of cases. Actually, the majority of cases where he was allowed to work on stuff himself, it did not work out. You know what I mean? So
I'm going to tell you this, and I'll tell you this, and you're going to have this, and you clip this whenever you feel like it.
Don't worry, Dub clips everything.
No
clip. If this turns out,
hold on. Here we go. You ready? Just this is going to be easier from the clip. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, if it turns out the fact that Star Wars doesn't rise above like everybody wants because they want to kick Kathleen Kennedy out of there, it's not Kathleen Kennedy. It wasn't her. It wasn't the choices. It's just the choices of what they want to see, their vision, not what everybody else. And look, fans have a big say in things, but when it comes to the fans, sometimes they get pushed to the side, and the vision that they see, they want to put out there. So we'll see if they jump aboard and they take over for Kathleen Kennedy, and Star Wars is still in the same mess that the same scenario it's been. It was never Kathleen Kennedy. It's just the people that are involved, the storyboard, all the people that are around. You would have to do a total 360 and get rid of everybody to revamp Star Wars. But
here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Is that a nuanced take from Dom? I'm impressed.
Yeah, but I think you're right for a couple of things. But here's the thing: I think KK's biggest fault is giving too much of the keys to the kingdom to Dave, because she isn't deciding these things, but he is. The decisions that she's made are because he gets very vocal about the things he doesn't like Andor. You know what I mean? Like, and that's somebody. Nobody goes and says my boss is making dumbass decisions unless they are allowed to just run around the place, throwing cupcake everywhere.
I think part of the reason this comes up in the co-president thing, or whatever you want to call it, is I think Dave, and I don't mean scare necessarily in a good way, but I think he scares Disney a little bit. Like I said, in that they'll lose kind of the everyday person type of thing of Star Wars and in some of their marketing.
I'm not sure. I know, but I'm not sure he's not losing the Star Wars fan too.
Well, maybe they're afraid of that too. But I think Dave taking over everything scares them a little bit, and I think that's probably
scares the shit out of me.
You know what's funny? The funny thing is that Kathleen Kennedy got a lot of hate for the Acolyte. He's the one that freaking greenlit it. But nobody went to Dave and said, Dave.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the craziness. Hey, look, I'm going to give a person their due. As much as I always shit on Kathleen Kennedy and say things and that, I know a lot of it's not installed. It's just me. Sometimes my head, I have my thoughts in my head. Like everybody has their vision and stuff. I have my vision, and I get pissed off when things don't work out the way it's supposed to. But at the end of the day, like the Book of Boba Fett, I'll go to the Book of Boba Fett. It wasn't loved a lot. It was, Ahsoka was good. Look, Ahsoka was good, but the ending tailed off. It wasn't as good as it could have been. Obi-Wan was good. It could have been great, but they chose not to make it great. Their vision on things, thinking that it would work that way. And the Book of Boba Fett, you would think Boba Fett, spaghetti western, Robert Rodriguez, the antidote for something that's going to be spectacular and crazy. And it turned out being subpar.
You got to give JJ a shout out on that, because he said this could be. He said it could only be two things. No. It's going to be either good or great, or it's going to be an absolute train wreck. And he was right. He was right.
Yep.
Because it sure shit was a train wreck.
Yep.
All right.
We'll see what happens. Just keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully it does work out.
What's this?
Some good news around Andor. The third week of Andor, it broke into the top 5 for the Nielsen ratings.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
that's good.
It's doing better. Beat out Last of Us.
Damn, Bluey.
So beat out Last
of Us. Bluey's just a monster, dude.
I know, right?
Bluey's unstoppable. And those Netflix shows are international shows. They're also pretty unstoppable.
Oh, okay.
But what's crazy?
Shoot, Disney really turned it around, though. We talked about that they had to do something in streaming. They got 1, 2, 3 titles, the top 7.
It's still not necessarily outperforming all the other Star Wars titles, but for its time slot, and it's beating out its other original streaming competition. So
except for Bluey.
Yeah,
Bluey's not original.
Yeah. Bluey's a freaking.
Maybe it is. I don't know, but I think it's
it's a monster. That's a snowballing monster, Bluey. So
Bluey, hey Ed,
it's pretty close to Bluey, really.
There. Hey, look, The Last of Us is really a sinking ship. People have been saying it really freaking died off after they killed Pedro Pascal.
Hold on, it was a niche. Let's be honest, it was a niche market, anyways.
But you know what? I think top 5 for Andor is good. A lot more people are going on watching it. People who were shied away from it are actually going back to watch it now. And they've been giving some positive views.
Next 2 weeks for Nielsen will show the season finale, or series finale, I should say. So it'll be interesting.
All right. Should be all right.
So other news related to George Lucas, according to, and I think it was the cameraman that actually gave the interview, or some crew members that gave an interview to like an industry mag about the Acolyte production, and the creator of the Acolyte, Leslie Headland, they said she had a guiding principle, which the guiding principle would keep in mind is what would George Lucas do? The question is, was that the problem?
I think people should just stop saying that dumb shit. Stop. They're not paying you to do that. They're paying you to create something entertaining. Nobody, like, I'm not trying to be a dick to George, but no. Because George didn't even get to do what George wanted to do. That's why his shit was good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say that. I mean, that's pretty much the case, right? They kind of put the cap on them for Empire and things like that, and then, you know, like when George did get.
Well, no, he got the cap put him on new. Then he went out and got the funding for Empire. He wasn't around.
Yeah,
and then Jedi, he came back.
He's always been like the great big idea guy behind the thing, but like when you unleash him to do whatever he wants to do, which is what you got for the prequels, you didn't necessarily have good movies necessarily. Like, yeah, you had Star Wars, but were they good movies? But
I don't know, they were bad.
When you do this as another creator, and you're like, what would this creator have done? And you know, how did he do it 30 years ago or whatever? And you think to yourself, but that really, I think that stifles your own creativity.
Hold on.
I think Hedlund would have been much better off. She did a good job on her Russian dolls. Her first, I think she would have been better off if she just thought of what she would do as a creator, not what George Lucas would do as a creator.
You know, I think look, you know what makes me laugh? People always say that Disney ruined Star Wars. Star Wars changed when the prequels came out. That's when Star Wars changed. Because the CGI.
Hold on. No, I think it's before that. I was going to bring up the same point, Dom. That's not because he did something before that. Special edition remaster. And by the way, if you want to see if Lucas's vision of Star Wars is always better, go look at the mastered
when Han shot first. Yes.
Well, before, well, he took that out.
Which special edition remaster are you talking
about? The one that went back into theaters in '95.
He remastered it 3 times. But the special editions came out in 1997, right? The New Hope.
5, 6, and 7, I think.
1997. So
I think it's 5, 6, and 7. Dom, wasn't it?
Yeah, 5.
Did they do them all at the same time, or was it?
It was somewhere around there. It doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah, whatever.
When the Empire Strikes Back, he redubbed the voices, like Boba Fett's voice with Tamir Morrison. He put some extra scene. He did some stuff. I know. And the CGI, I like the stop motion stuff. That's what made Star Wars great, the stop motion stuff. When you started adding all that damn CGI, that kind of like,
well, it was out of place for one, and but that's what we're saying. Like when you give him carte blanche, and what would George do here? We saw what he would do because he went back and did it. And no offense, but it didn't make the movies better. It made it worse,
at least.
Huh? He made the 3D version.
So they went back and redid it twice.
Yeah. That was like the original reboot.
For me, the ultimate one was putting Hayden Christensen and Anakin Skywalker in there as the Force Ghost at the end of Jedi.
And then having
why would Luke even recognize him? Like, who the fuck is this guy?
Like, who is this guy? And
yeah, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. Like his stuff like doesn't make sense. I mean, and that's like I think he's got the opposite problem in Star Wars that KK has, right? If something goes wrong, blame KK, right? And if you want something better, you say, well, what would Lucas do? Well, to be honest, we know what Lucas will do, and it's not pretty. It has never been pretty. Like, whenever he gets to touch it by himself, he turns it into a stop. Like, I mean, he must have been eating White Castle and Taco Bell the night before because he just blows that shit up, and it's not great.
Ruben,
you know what I mean?
I don't think the video game. Ruben, he was talking about it changed with the Force Unleashed game. I don't think it changed with that.
It was before that.
Before the games came out, I think
I hear what he's saying here. If I have to hear one more person say, "Oh yeah," because the Force Unleashed, that's what Star Wars should be. It's like, dude, you never.
I mean, they did that before that. Like, you had Knights of the Old Republic. We heard the same stuff.
Yeah.
When that came. Dark Forces in the '90s. You heard that same stuff.
I know, but you don't hear. I think he's saying like recently, there's been a big push of people just saying like, "Oh, why can't they just make it like Force Unleashed?"
It's like when you go to a store and you buy a card, right, for somebody, like a birthday card or a get well card. The first card you pick is usually the first choice you make, and it's usually the first card you get. You start putting that card down and grab another card. Oh, this one's better. That one's better. That one's better. With him, the original movie came out, and it was such a great thing. you kept critiquing it and trying to make it better. It wound up making it worse than what it really was.
That's how I think happened, Dom. You want to know what I think happened? I think one day he sat down and he's like, "Yep, I created Star Wars," and then he watched the movies, and then he was like,
I can make it better.
No. Then he's like, "I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that edit. Wait a minute. Wait, what? No. I could do better than that." And then he says he could do better than that. And then he realizes that Star Wars wasn't. It was in the thought, or whatever they call it, in the thought process of George Lucas, or whatever they say at the end of it.
Well,
now, in the vision of George Lucas, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, all right. What else we got? How's he not dead yet, by the way? Just asking for a friend.
I think he's like in his 70s, right?
That's it? No. No, he can't be in his 70s because in 70
he's 80. I think he's up to 80. I think he's 80.
Almost 90.
80?
No, I think he's in his 80. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured he had to be in his 90s. All right.
Anyhow, so Star Wars fans are finally saying they got the Star Wars RPG they want, even though it's not a Star Wars game at all. Awesome. Starfield, the game called Starfield, which is an open world RPG style game, has an expansion called
81
Wars,
years old.
quote unquote,
81.
Genesis. And fans are saying that it is a very good implementation of a Star Wars game, even though it's just a
Is
mod.
that Django? Like Django.
Well, it's a mod of Django.
It's a mod of Django.
Yeah. For lawsuit purposes, Dom, we cannot call it Django.
Okay, call it Django. Okay, there you go.
Oh, thank you. Avina?
Nice.
Okay. Yeah,
For legal reasons, but yes. I don't know. For all you guys that are out there, the game is called Starfield. Star Wars Genesis is the mod. If you want to pick it up, play it.
Oh, okay.
Get your thoughts, Star Wars gamers out there.
And that actually looks like a Moldalorian. A Moldalorian.
A Moldalorian.
Yeah, a Mold. Yeah, Moldalorian.
I don't think so. I think it's just messed up.
Okay.
They've even created a whole bunch of ships. There's like dozens of Star Wars like ships.
Of course, because there's so many. The fucking ship fans of Star Wars are annoying as shit. They always got
another Star Wars gaming news. This has actually already started because our show's on Sunday. We didn't get a chance to tell you about it. Fortnite seasons ends with Star Wars: A Massive Battlestar event. The Galactic Battle Death Star Sabotage Battle Royale has started.
Never heard of it.
So for all you Fortnite gamers out there, hopefully you got in on the fun.
Sticks? Where's Sticks?
Yeah,
that's all around, Sticks hopefully is known for, is being a Fortnite gamer at this
and
point.
Doctor Who.
And Doctor Who?
And Doctor Who.
And Doctor Who.
Really?
There is a gaming rumor out there. Rumor dropped a couple days ago that there might be a exclusive Star Wars Xbox title in the works. So I don't know. They did. Lucasfilm did kind of partner up on an exclusive title for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So that seemingly went fairly well. So we may see something else here in Star Wars land.
Sounds like something, I guess.
Yep. And that was my news. That was pretty much it for this week.
That's it. I still haven't bought any more. Well, hey, look, Dom survived without having a breakdown. Mentally or otherwise. All right, let's get into
I think when a certain person's not here.
Yeah, I know. I assume
right?
Bear lover.
Yeah,
no, but he actually had some legitimate insight, which is typically not.
That's what I mean.
I think he had fishing videos. It's very simple.
They're helping the fishing videos. It's expanding my horizon in my mind.
Yeah. Jedi Knights #4 this week came out. Hey, Dom, I know you haven't gotten to your list of comic books yet this week, but you might want to pick this one up. It has Django is kind of a centerpiece around the story. And it's good, man. A lot of bounty hunters in this one. You didn't have to make too much out of it. It's kind of like a one-shot story off. I thought it was really good. Most of the covers suck, I know, but what are you gonna do? Get the A cover, which is the one that's got Django on it with the sun. Very good, very good. Yeah, this is good. Yep. Yeah, actually, you know what? Star Wars had a week this week, to be honest with you. Or they get that cover. Yeah, that one's kind of cool.
Yeah. Actually, I like that cover too. With Domino in the middle.
Yeah, the 25. Yeah, she's actually the main focus of the story. But
Aura Singh, they've been showing a lot more Aura Singh lately.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, they did that because all these bounty hunters were put on to Domino by Jabba. So
yeah,
it was pretty good. Next up is this piece of trash that said the end pretty much, but then said, nope, we got one more book, so it's not the end. The next one's the end.
Okay. Can we all go to Kevin Scott's house and riot if we don't get the actual answer to Kiwi Jimmy Lost One? Because it is not going that direction now.
It's not at all. No.
It is going the opposite of that. Like, she seems firmly entranced in her, like, now I'm a Jedi leader and I've accomplished my mission and everything went all right.
Let me communicate.
Into this book was it's finally over. Like,
let me tell the universe. Let me tell. Like, she actually, in this, spoiler alert, because nobody's reading this book anyway, so nobody cares. She at one point in here goes, "Give me the mic so I can tell everybody how great the Jedi Order is and how great I've done for them." Like, JJ's right. This is not going.
This is not it.
This is just.
It's not it.
Hey, listen. You want to sell next? You want to sell the last issue? Have the Stranger or Chimera on the cover of one of the issues.
I mean.
Yep.
whatever he writes in this last issue though now is going to be really contrived and weird to just say, okay, well now she left the Order, right?
He's not going to do that.
The
next one's going to be a lot of goodbyes and hellos.
It's going to be like the end of The Sopranos where it just fades to black.
Hey, do you think they're going to come out with? No, I think they're going to come out with another series. I don't think this is the end.
I don't think they're going to address
it. Scott said.
I
don't think he's going to address it at all, bro.
I think this right here, I think it's going to end with this, and then down the road, you're going to get a 4-issue limited series based on the Lost 20, and that's it. We're going to get down the road.
Ruben, you couldn't pay me to buy any of these covers. This shit is terrible.
The white cover. The
Yasmin Putri's not bad, but I won't.
No, it's the stuff that's inside. I can't buy because it's such a bad story. All right, that's all for this week. But next week we got Star Wars #2. I think we're going to have a good look. Star Wars #1 had promise to it. I think this is going to give us. The problem with it is they're not going to just cover Luke the whole time, right? So I think this is going to tell us if we need to buy this book every other month or if it's going to be good enough to buy every month.
Did I miss the part where he went to the green saber? Was that in Star Wars 1 or
anything? Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember exactly, nor do I care at this point. With the
I'm going to tell you this. I guess this is the only way we're going to get Luke, the progression of Luke. No animated series, no other show.
No, but this isn't a bad one.
I know. If they do a great progression of Luke in the books, I'll take that. Something.
Yeah, I'll take it. I don't know. Dave, looking forward to this. To be honest, here we go, man. We had a good book. This is garbage, but whatever. People are looking forward to this book. I don't know if all the covers are cool, but whatever. And then they got this, even Dark Horse. They got the hyperspace stories, the Ghost Agents, which is really good, and we get Ventress in that. So, I mean, for the most part, the only thing that's still sticking around that's not new is the one thing we don't like, and everything that seems to be new seems to be pretty good. I mean, they're doing okay. So they continue down that path. I think we'll be all right.
No, it's the one book that's down now is the High Republic book.
Yes.
Like how much has that been steered wrong over the past?
Yes. I mean, that's just.
Do you think that they admit that was a failure?
No.
What? High Republic?
They don't do things like that.
No, because the first phase did so well.
The first phase did go well. I enjoyed the first phase.
I think if anything, they won't admit it's a failure. I doubt they'll ever admit it's a failure. They might sweep it under the rug and pretend like it didn't happen for a few years.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's the plan either. I think the plan is
it's probably not the plan.
Reboot, I guess is the word we like to say. Reboot. That's what they're going to do.
Well, the crazy thing is that when they went back to the past and didn't continue what they were doing, that kind of ruined it. We've been saying that for the longest time.
I think I mean, the tentacles, so to speak, have kind of spread into other things because we saw it in the Jedi Survivor game where we saw a little bit of High Republic stuff. You saw it kind of spread into Acolyte some, but I think they need to do something. If they reboot it, it needs to be because originally it was envisioned as this multimedia project, right? Mm-hmm. Well, in reality, it's basically just been books and comics
and a TV show.
Just do a story of
Acolyte, though, they didn't really push it included in it that much. They actually said it kind of takes place after the tail end of whatever.
After the High Republic,
But I think if you want to do it, you need to do a multimedia push where something is fully entrenched in it.
I still think that we're going to see a. I don't think they're ever going to do a series, season 2 of Vaculite. We'll see a book, a comic series. I got to see something, Quimir, a origin of Quimir. And that I can see a comic
coming. A novel of that.
A novel of that, probably The Stranger.
No, I mean it's already been announced. I'm pretty sure.
Well, if you want to,
we probably know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's already been announced.
Yeah, if you want, I mean, I guess the only way you could do that, JJ, was you'd have to release a novel and a TV show, and somehow link that into a movie with and video games are way more expensive. So I don't see them being able to do that. Anyways, we do get this dung, but who cares?
Huh.
And then finally, FOC. Legacy of Vader. Once again, a pretty solid book. I mean, if you look at the comics now, Star Wars is doing better than Marvel. I mean, I know these are Marvel books, but legitimately they're having more success or home run hitting there. Too bad that they have alienated the fans by giving us complete dog shit products for 3 years running. And now come out with something halfway decent and good.
And you know what's
sad?
The sad thing is that all the dog shit they gave us, people aren't reading the books because of the dog shit.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah. You want a nameless on? No, you don't. No, you don't, Dwayne. No, you don't.
One of the best. One of the best miniseries for the High Republic was based around the Nameless. Remember the Trials of the Jedi thing?
Yeah, it was.
That was one of the best.
What was that series? What was that series with the guy and girl? It was like the X-Files.
Yeah, Trials of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good.
That's what he just said.
Yeah, that's what
you guys just agreed.
Yeah.
All right, our final segment. Well, we got two. Should we get into polls from the lads, or should we do our?
It's up to you.
Let's do polls from the lads so people can warm up. All right.
Yeah.
So before we get into the collectibles that might make you rich, what is their name called again? Star Wars lads.
The lads, something lads.
Yep.
Lads. All right. Star Wars lads. Star. Let's learn how to spell. What my keyboard?
How do you not already have this pulled out?
I don't know. Because, dude, it's been a long week. Shout out to my son, though. Great. Also got an offer from a club, a soccer club, so that's good. Or football club, as you kids know, but we're going to reject it, which is we already did. But
in America, we call it soccer.
Yeah, it's soccer.
You can go north of the border. You want to call it something else.
All right.
It's America.
Yeah, I don't think he's mature enough to. That's tough, but how do you find? Look, this is how you know I don't go on YouTube a lot. How the hell do you post? Okay, thank you. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. All right. Better. Did we do this one? All right, we did. Oh no, we didn't. Better Star Wars TV show, Tales of the Empire or Visions?
Oh, Visions.
Tales of the Empire, Vision. What is Tales of the Empire gives us?
Tales of the Empire was Morgan. What's her name?
Morgan Ellsworth and
Barris
Offrey.
And this doesn't say which season of Visions. It just says Visions in general. Yeah, we gotta go with Visions. No, Tales of the Empire, 56%.
Really? Jeez.
22. Wow. Okay. Hey, here we go. Favorite Star Wars. Hey, only two options. Favorite Star Wars character. Only two options. Qui-Gon Jinn or Ahsoka Tano, or see the results.
Ahsoka Tano.
I think
probably Ahsoka as a whole.
Well, Ahsoka over Qui-Gon, right?
Yeah. I mean, Qui-Gon.
You have to be
one movie.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, he had a good book, Master, or what was it? He did have a really good book, but Tano. I think we gotta go with Tano. I'll click on Tano. The fuck?
No, Qui-Gon won. Really?
Qui-Gon didn't just win. It's like 61% to 30%.
Get the fuck. Damn.
He whooped the shit out of her.
Hey, what Dave Flody's crying right now.
Those prequel fans, I guess.
Hey.
All right.
Wow.
Better. Ooh. Do we do this one already? No, better Star Wars movie.
Sometimes it's the same ones.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, or Return of the Jedi, or see results.
Better movie?
Oh, yeah, better movie. It's definitely Jedi, right?
90% to 10.
I like Attack of the Clones, but Return of the Jedi. original trilogy.
It's gotta be Jedi, right?
Gotta be.
Even if you like Attack
Jedi.
of the Clones, it's gotta be Jedi.
I'll quit being a Star Wars fan if Attack of the Clones wins.
Ruben put out. Okay, I'm gonna click it. I don't want to click this. I can't.
Click,
I don't actually.
Click.
Oh shit! Thank God. Return of the Jedi 85%.
Oh my God.
I think I would have just closed this down if it was dog
I
shit.
would call it quits as a fan.
All right. Better star or more. It says favorite, but I think it's saying which one do you like more? Which character do you like more? Ezra or Andor?
Ooh.
That's tough. That's tough.
That's a tough one. To be quite frank, even though I'm a huge Rebels fan, by the end of it, I kind of didn't like Ezra's character that much in season 1. I actually kind of rooted for Chopper to kind of murder him.
You know what, Ezra? I like Ezra freaking Andor.
No way. He's not even top 5 in that show, bro. He's not top 5 in that show at all.
I'm gonna go with Andor.
I'm gonna go with Andor.
Andor. Okay, yeah, Andor. 63. What did chat? 63 to 25. Yeah, RT. That got it, dude. That was good. All right.
63 to 25. Who won?
Oh, Andor, of course.
Andor won. All right.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked everybody, including the droid, more than I did Ezra. At least in the whole season around.
The thing that bugged me the most with the whole thing with the Ahsoka was when Sabine found Ezra. It should have been he was going a little crazy. 10 years away on a crazy ass planet where witches and freaking
the turtle people though.
The turtle people, but he could have still went insane and attacked Sabine, and when they fought, she took the mask off and it was Ezra, and she could have said, "It's me, Sabine," and they kind of got him back, and he was kind of crazy. But they made him like sitting there. Hey, I've been hanging around waiting for you.
They made him very Zen-like.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know about all that nonsense. I just know that the next poll is going to drive us all fucking crazy. Are you ready?
Is it the Caravan of Courage one?
No, this is the one that I love because this is JJ's nightmare scenario. You only get to watch one movie / TV show for the rest of your life. Is it going to be Tales of the Jedi or is it going to be the Clone Wars movie?
Ooh.
Yes,
I would take Tales of the Jedi.
What?
Clone Wars the movie?
Yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't think it was going to be that close, though.
I think it was Jedi by far.
I'll go with Clone Wars with Stinky in the first Tucano.
And Sky
I'd go Clone Wars. We got to let the chat decide what I'm going to vote for here, but I'd go with Clone Wars, too.
Yeah. Ruben said Tales of Jedi.
Mentions a babe. Original.
Oh, Jesus. Tails. All right, I'm going to vote for Tails, even though I think that's not the right choice.
Tails is right.
Ooh, close one, dude. 40 to 50. The 50 is the Clone Wars, the movie. So,
okay.
Did you know that's the
holy hell?
That's the worst performing box office movie for Star Wars.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for that. Hey, here we got one right here, and I want to hear Dom's opinion on this.
Oh no, here we go.
All right, favorite Star Wars character. Choose between one of the two, or you could choose see the results. Han Solo versus Maul.
Ooh.
Oh man.
That's a weird matchup.
It's a weird thing. I like Han Solo.
Uh-huh.
I like Han Solo, but I think.
But you've never met him before.
Yeah, never met him before. I'll go with Maul. I gotta go with Maul.
Maul. I gotta go Han Solo on that. Sorry.
I'm soloing it up too. I'm on Solo. Pause. I'm on the side.
As long as it's shoot first version of Han Solo, I'm going Han Solo.
Yeah, which is fair. I mean, that's
not the Solo. That Solo from Solo movie.
That's the only version of Han Solo.
Actually, I even like the Solo from Solo movie.
I do like Solo.
Oh, they got split. They did a split here, so it's up to me and JJ and Dom, and me and JJ got it. So we're putting Solo in there. Solo 58, Maul 37.
All right.
All right, and then we'll do one more here right now. Maybe take a pause.
I don't know if it was up a couple weeks ago. They had one that was Caravan of Courage versus like the
holiday
original.
special.
Like no, it was Caravan of Courage, I think, versus like the micro series for Clone Wars, like the game.
Bro, hey Dom, since you mentioned it, you know who they have? You know what they have against the holiday special?
Okay.
Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, let's see it. Book of Boba Fett or the holiday special? What a choice!
It's got to be the holiday special, right?
Well, the holiday special first appearance of Boba Fett, but
I get it.
You know what? Objectively speaking, when the actors have to basically get drunk to get through the thing, I gotta say Book of Boba Fett, even though I hate both of these things.
Yeah, I know.
I like the holiday special. Actually,
I like the holiday special.
Holiday special wins because of the camping, like nostalgia factor.
But I gotta go with the Book of Boba Fett.
It does. Yeah, Book of Boba Fett wins handedly. 60 to 20%. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let me see if I can find that one.
I think that's C results. Is that what?
Turn off the TV.
Dexter versus Bet. That's not a close one either. Oh wow. Here's one. It was this week, but it's a terrible matchup. It's Caravan of Courage, Ewok Adventure. What would you guys think you put that up against?
I think they're randomly generated.
Oh, okay. Well, what would you put that up against? Would you figure is a fair category?
Holiday special would probably be the fairest.
Okay. Nope, they put it against Solo Story.
The Droid series,
Oh.
maybe.
Yeah, Droid series would have been it. Yeah, no, they put it against the Solo Story. So
versus Solo the movie.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Solo the movie.
I like to go with Solo the movie.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's gonna go for fans.
I don't, and I like. Oh shit, 72% for the Solo Story. And I like Caravan of Courage. Don't get me wrong.
I do.
I do
too.
Rex versus Playlist is a Leia. That's not even a. It's not even a question. All right. Oh, why is Cad Bane going against Admiral Akbar? What is this? Ewoks versus Vision? What? They got some weird shit. All right, let's get into the last seg. Let's get into collectibles. Guess what sold? 1997. Will these make you rich? Everybody's got to guess.
We're going to the way back machine. These are. Originally, I was going to do original trilogy collectibles, but there's so many. I narrowed it down even further, and I did 1970s original trilogy stuff.
Okay.
So basically, this is going to be mostly New Hope stuff, although a little bit of I think Empire stuff leaks in there. At the very end.
Yeah, fair. All right, what do we got, JJ?
First up, this is the earliest thing I could find that had a fairly recent
cool.
This is a 1976 Star Wars original T-shirt for the cast and crew. They had a certificate of authenticity from the prop shop, who's a big Star Wars or big movie prop seller thing. So keep that in mind. It is a small, so nobody's going to be wearing the damn thing probably. But
would you wear it even if it wasn't?
I wouldn't wear something like this. To me, this would be like wearing like a vintage like Jordan jersey or something. I'm not going to wear it around and like frame it or something.
Yeah. How much?
How much? What do you guys think?
$650.
700.
Oh, the shirt.
Chat.
We didn't get. All we got was something about
Ruben says, "Oh, the shirt like he has one."
450. Somebody said 450.
Does Ruben have one?
He said 800.
800. You're all a little off. Now, granted, this is a small. Nobody can even wear it. $1 grand.
Holy shit!
May the 4th.
Damn.
$1 grand even.
Damn, dude. All right.
To answer your question, Wookiee Fanatic, I got something a little bit better for you. Maybe related to that. We'll see it later on here. All right, next up, we go into the 1977 stuff. So I included some figures here. This may be, I'll say this much. I didn't do too much on figures because I know a lot of us kind of collect figures or at least kind of know the prices of them. But I also pulled all this stuff from publicly available stuff. So you're not going to see like some record-breaking Hakes auction here. This is all just eBay sales mostly. And recent eBay sales at that. So, all right, so this is the 1977. This is the early bird certificate that you got to redeem for the early bird figure thing, with all the little included inserts and envelopes and everything else. Not in fairly good shape too, really.
Okay.
Not the figures, by the way. This is just the cert.
I want to say it's got to be more expensive than the last. $2,325.
Ruben says 9. Remember, it doesn't have the figures. You're saying 2,000?
Oh, sorry.
No figures. This is just the cert. Just the certificate with a little standee. The little cardboard standee.
315.
350. Dom, You want to hazard a guess?
$1,200.
$1,200.
12.
Marco's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
505.
Nice.
Sold on auction too, May 24th.
That's actually pretty cool though. That's actually cheap if you really think about it.
That's a good set for there.
Yeah.
That's something.
Wookie had a good guess for not having any idea.
Yeah.
550. Pretty close.
That's
all right, now this is just the figures. So this is the figures. It had the box and the tray and the inserts and everything. By the way, I tried to pull listing titles. Pretty much, I tried to copy them as much as I could. I cleaned up a couple of them, but when you see the title up there, that's the listing title. So you get this is the tray of the actual early bird figures that you got.
3,000 with the figures in it, right?
With the figure chip.
$3,256.
3,256.
Yeah.
It's 42 grand.
Wookie. Ruben says 1,200. What do you think, Dom? Guess
4,200.
4,200. Dom, you're pretty dang close.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
255, or I should say, 2,550 on March 11th. All right, so this is one of those large size, and I think I don't know, were these 12 inches or 15 inches? Maybe somebody knows better than me, but
they
12
inch. They 12-inch figures.
12 inches.
There was supposed to be 13, but up and down.
12-inch 1977 Luke with the box and everything, and actually in fairly good shape. There's not a whole lot of yelling. There's some tears at the top of the box and stuff. So not pristine or anything.
$165. I don't know what Luke goes for.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
I think Luke was the first one of these. They also did a Leia and a Han, and then eventually they did a Boba Fett and other characters.
Boba Fett.
Chewie.
So
$980.
$980.
Okay.
980 says Dom. We got
That's an option.
from Wookie. 550.
Oh, once again,
Ruben is closest without going over.
Dang. Good job, Ruben. All right.
All right, so this was a little bit of a niche. I kind of moved away from the action figures. This is a Kinder Star Wars movie viewer.
No, I love it too. I think I had this when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Same.
So this is sealed in the box. Brand
this
new.
Is a repack. Isn't this a repack?
It says sealed in box, but it looked ripped up.
No, I mean, like, isn't this a product they repacked?
I don't know.
This was another branded thing for Kenner. Kenner would do a lot of things, like a lot like Marks, where they would create one thing and then just slap new stickers on it to make it different. And I think in this one, that's what.
Hey, Marco, wasn't the box red? I think the box was red.
No, I'm saying like I think it was like the Looney Tunes movie viewer at one point or something to that effect.
Oh, okay.
And then they made a Star Wars.
They just repurposed it for Star Wars, like with a different slide or whatever.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, over at Ben's. Yeah, cool. $400. I'm going $395 because I like that number. Ruben's got $400. I don't think it's more.
Yes. I'll give Dom a hint on this one.
$250 Wookiee Fanatic.
I'll give Dom a hint on this one. Even $250 Wookiee's high.
Yeah. $95.
You're all too high.
Order 66.
Yeah, he's closest. I mean, I don't think he needs a clue.
66.
That's funny.
$66. May 24th, so not too long ago.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh,
this
the
is
Italian.
original Italian movie poster for A New Hope from 1977.
I have a T-shirt.
A lot of chest there.
Yep.
And that's coming from me.
And a lot of skin on Leia.
Yeah.
Even C-3PO looks a little buffer.
I know, right?
Looks a little more ripped.
I got a T-shirt with this.
So this is Italy.
Chewbacca got a shotgun. Chewbacca's got a shotgun.
Yeah.
Shoddy.
Shoddy.
Like I said, Leia's got the over the shoulder showing the leg.
Yeah. She's saying something else. 150 is what Ruben's got. $80.
$80.
I think 320.
Where's the original one?
320.
Oh, it's the original? I don't know.
The original one. It's not like a repro.
All right. With you saying that, then I'm going to go up to $611.
Dom, and has your guess?
He said 320.
320. Like 320.
He said 320.
Oh, you said 320. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
$1,870.
Ooh, slap your mama.
Sheesh.
Holy hell.
You have to get some of these foreign posters, the Star Wars poster collectors.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of foreign posters that are the original ones. A lot of money. Yep.
All right, so we come to the now. This guy, I had the title wrong. This is, I'll tell you what this is. This is a 1978, is what they said it was. Star Wars movie theater poster, original one, that was folded in a D style, whatever that says. But
like a wall.
I don't know that this was a movie theater one. I'm thinking this was maybe video stores, but I could be wrong. But this was an original poster.
No, I should see that being an original poster.
$90.
Again, it's folded. It's in good shape, but it's just folded 6 times because it came.
Yeah, the person folded up, put it in his back pocket.
$125. Maybe more. I'm gonna go $425. $750 for Ruben.
$750 for Ruben.
Yep.
$203.
$203.
Ah man, I should have stayed where I was at. Should have stayed where I was
on
at.
auction too. So.
Wow. People.
I don't know. Maybe because the folds they sell for a little bit less like that.
You know what it is? If it's original, people are going to take it. You know, I see when it comes to posters, that person sat on it, freaking folded it up, put it in his back pocket, put it in his jacket, whatever it was.
Dude, Dom, could you imagine if you kept this? I don't know.
Oh man, right? Jeez.
All right, so we did a little bit this last week.
I like that.
Magazines and stuff, but I found a listing from a 1978. This is a Famous Monsters of Filmland in a CGC 9.8.
Is that the first Star Wars on the cover?
I think it's the first Vader. I can't remember if it's the first Star Wars. I'm thinking the first Star Wars one was a different character or something.
Because I know that I know Starlog and Famous Monsters had I have a Starlog with Vader on the cover.
Oh, it might have been. It definitely wasn't the first Star Wars magazine. It might have been the first Monsters of Filmland. I don't know for sure. But,
I don't know. Maybe $475.
$475 and a 9.8. Ruben says $325. It's actually not a bad guess.
Well, $699.
$699.
That's not bad.
$699. So
that's actually pretty good. You know, more people. The magazines are harder to get 9.8s than anything else. Original, old magazines.
Yeah, I didn't look this up on the CGC Pop. My guess is that the Pop is not high for this thing. So, this is actually the only graded in a 9.8 Famous Monsters of Filmland Star Wars that I could find going back for months or whatever on eBay.
Well, that's pretty good.
All right, Dom. While Marco's away, we're going to get into foreign comics a little bit.
Nice.
So this is Japanese. This is the Weekly Shonen Magazine from 1978, Volume 18, Special Star Wars Features. This was the first Star Wars comic or manga published in Japan from 1978.
I saw this. I just recently saw this about maybe a few months ago. I'm still trying to complete my number ones with the number one foreign number ones. They had
somebody
like
on this panel may have one of these.
Like,
and it's maybe
you.
Me.
I think you. I remember you said you had one.
Me. It's me.
Yeah. I think $275.
$275.
$275.
Yeah. Now these are for folks at home. This is not a comic. These are.
It's a thick book.
Manga magazines are thick, almost like a phone book.
Well, remember you got me the first Mando. We got the first Mando one.
Yep.
You bought me one. I got
same thickness as that. So.
Yeah.
Ruben says, Wiki says 180. Ruben's saying 480.
Yeah, I think it's like 275, something like that.
You're kind of all right in the middle, and actually, you might be a little more right. It's 218, but it sold for on May 4th. Now there was another copy that sold in April, about a month before this, for like 135. So
okay,
you can take it if the 218 was high. I don't know.
This book,
the 218 is from a big Japanese comic manga seller, so they actually have another copy up for 218 as well.
Yeah, you see this book. You can get this book cheaper, like the guy who just got it before in April. You just got to keep an eye on it because there's some people I've seen as high as $750 at one time. Some places,
Now there's another Japanese one that comes out a little bit later in 1978 that features
with the trade dress on it, right? It's
So, but that's actually of just Star Wars. This is
That's the cover. The cover of the Marvel
book.
book.
Technically, the first one in Japan. So.
Okay.
All right. Another Japanese good. This one's Marco got it for this one. I think this one's gonna be fun for him. But 1978. This is a Japanese Coca-Cola Star Wars bottle case insert. So this is just the insert, the box, the little insert that sit on top of it that she used. So
I think $80.
$80.
$80.
By the way, material A means there was 3 versions of this. There was one with them on it. I think there was one with
Han, Luke, and
Han on it, and then
one with Vader.
One with Chewie and Han. I think one with Vader. Yeah.
Okay.
Wookie says $55. Ruben says 120. I think he's saying for that. So. You're all way off. I'm gonna say that much.
Wow.
$512, and this was on auction. Believe it or not.
Jeez.
12.
I'm telling
there
you,
was about 3 of these auctioned off at the same time for the 3 different ones, and they all sold for roughly the same price.
I'm telling you, man. Star Wars Collectibles, the original stuff, there's a value to it.
Well, this also shows the importance of breeding 2 different collectibles together, right? So you got Coca-Cola collectors, who are their own thing, and they got Star Wars, which is also obviously its own.
Yeah, I had a Coca-Cola friggin' 100-year Yankees. It was a whole Yankee set. The bottles were commemorated that said 100 years of Yankees, and they had an insert to the 100 years or something. It was, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow. $512. That's crazy.
Marco, did you ever see these when you were a kid?
No, I did not.
Look how much it's sold for. Just the insert.
What year was this?
1978.
No, I mean my dad never brought back like any of the like American stuff from there. He only brought back like
I gotcha.
the like Japanese stuff. He didn't bring back. He would like. I mean, we got some like early Transformers and stuff, but that was because Transformers were really expensive here, and they were not really expensive over there.
Yeah.
So we got that, but like no, it would typically. Typically what we get is manga and anime stuff. Like, like a kid with like big eyes Japanese doing whatever. Stuff. Yeah. Just that type of shit. We wouldn't get like, the general stuff. So, I mean, we wouldn't even get like the.
Yeah, I got that book.
Ultraman. You do? All right, then you might be able to help us.
The German number 1, 1978.
German number 1.
Krieg des Stern. The Sterne. However you say
it. Any copy or just that copy?
Well, this copy in particular was pretty beat up. Had a numerous fine takes. I would say it's probably a mid-grade at best copy. They didn't give me an exact grade in the listing. I'd say it's a mid-grade at best if you want to mid-grade it.
I got
how much did you pay for yours, Dom?
How much I paid for mine? $60.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with $60.
60? Ruben says 80.
I'll say 61 because it's 60.
Yeah, you should have said. Yeah. All right,
$1, Bob.
All right, 125.
You're all a little low, actually.
Wow.
April 12th, $99.
Dom got a good deal.
Yeah, look, I tell you, maybe the one thing is because I think there's a tape. If you go to the big screen again.
Oh, we never went to the big screen at all. We're not going to the big screen to show you your book.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead.
I don't know. See, look, it's like a.
Oh, like green tape. I see.
Yeah, I don't know if it's green.
Oh,
yeah. So.
It might have a little.
Yeah, well now we know. You should have told us that why you paid $60 for it.
I don't know.
All right. Damn it! That's the last time I guess anything because of Dom.
All right. So the last of our foreign stuff, we had some cards. The 1970s top stuff is all over the place. So I pulled some German ones. This is a German card set of 33 cards from 1978. They gave me the brand. It's FX something cards, some German name, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's 33 cards.
Do cards? FX Schmid? This is what do cards do?
This was a set, so it wasn't like you pulled out a pack, so it came all as one set. Like you didn't. I don't mean set like you put it together.
This wasn't playing cards. This wasn't playing cards.
No, they're like trading cards, but it just came as like a set.
Yeah, I know.
Bought it and it was 33.
I just wonder if there's a collectible market for that, like there is the German, like. $45.
Wookie says 65. Ruben says 130.
I think 130? 150 bucks.
150. Dom's going high.
Where?
Dom, believe it or not, even though we went high, the closest.
Wow.
Holy shit balls.
220 bucks.
Damn.
That's crazy.
So that's roughly like $8 a card.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. Sheesh.
Oh, I thought so. There's a whole set here, not just one.
It's a whole set of 33 cards.
My bad. All right. Cool. What's next?
Next, so this was listed as very rare. 1975, the making of Star Wars VHS tape. It is from the PAL region.
From the what region?
PAL region. So it'd be like Europe, Australia.
Ooh.
Jesus.
It's gonna be like $650.
I don't know, man.
VHS collectors go a little nuts.
What can actually play this? CBS Fox, huh? 145.
45.
No, 145.
Oh, okay. Ruben says 125.
Oh yeah.
I think Wookie says 85. I'll give him kind of shot. Now,
why is there an asterisk?
There's an asterisk because I mentioned it was PAL. It is a sale out of Australia for $259. Yeah,
Okay.
it was 259 American dollars.
Okay.
It was actually 400 Australian dollars.
Okay.
That is why the asterisk exists. So I decided to mark my foreign sales with an asterisk this time so I could remember.
Appreciate it.
Foreign.
Appreciate it. What's on this? Do we know?
I think it's just like a making of Star Wars, just the documentary, like the behind the scenes stuff.
All right. Well,
maybe it was the very rare that did it. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh, I love these things.
Did you have that?
So this is one
these.
in the box. It didn't show it inflated, but it said it would inflate. It's the box is pretty beat up. I'm not gonna lie. There's tears at the top.
I had the Vader on this.
It's almost ripped off.
I had the Vader.
But the box is all there, and the punching bag is all there too.
I told the story about how the best man at my wedding, when he had a kid, long time ago. This is many, many years ago. I bought one of these for $8 at a thrift store in the box. Took it out and blew it up and gave it to his kid, and his kid went diving on top of it, and within 3 days had just blown the thing to bits. And back then I think this was $300 ish around there, so I assume it's a lot more than that now. Like when I told the story, probably 5 years ago.
You even got the toy store sticker still on the box of this.
Yeah. How much was that there? How much? So I'm going with $800.
$800.
420.
85. I don't know if he meant that for this last thing or this.
420.
That 85 was his last one. It's 193. That sounds about right. He bought it for $193, huh?
This is not the one he bought. It's actually Marco is not
there
far
you go.
off.
Yeah.
May 30th, $760.
I used to know the prices on these.
A good guess at 800.
Nice.
Yep. There you go.
Ooh.
What is
All right,
this?
so this was a 1978 Star Wars die-cast X-Wing fighter. It's sealed, but the card is all damaged and ripped up at the top. You can see the tears.
Yeah.
The hanger's almost off and everything else.
Yeah.
He's also actually this one. He's also from the listings I saw. He's yellowed quite a bit. The bubble and all that. I mean, but
I give $375.
Really? You think that much down? Oh well, Ruben's at $225.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go $300 on the nose.
Ruben says $225.
Yeah, $225.
Actually, Dom, you're pretty good on this one.
May 20th, what did Dom say? $400. Okay. All right. Well,
yeah, these things sell. The die-cast metal.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely hot. These things.
Okay, Fanatic had 260.
All right, now this is the one. That's the one for Wookie Kinetic. He mentioned the Burger King glasses.
Oh
now,
yeah.
Keep in mind, this is 1978. This is a Star Wars, Burger King, Coca-Cola advertisement poster. This is a little bit tricky in that this is just a listing for the poster, the advertisement poster. It's like a thin plastic advertisement poster.
$325. I would say $675.
Not for the glasses. It doesn't include
nope.
the glasses.
I know.
Okay.
$325.
I was just making sure.
$325.
$250.
I would say $185 is what it probably. Did this go auction or did this go?
This is actually auction.
Oh, then I'm gonna go $195.
I want to see if Wookiee weighs in. Ruben said 215.
Did he say two? Okay, 215.
I think you guys are going to be floored by this number. So.
I hope it's not high.
I had the glasses. And the individual
poster. I had this poster. You're
going to wish you had this poster in a second.
I had it. Shit.
Wow.
$1,136 on March 14th on auction.
You want to know why I guessed $195?
Because that's what you sold yours for?
Uh-huh.
If you held on to it, you could have $1,000 more.
Well, shit happens.
But stuff happens. So.
Yep.
I was amazed. It was just the poster sold for this. Crazy.
I had this one. I had the other one too.
Which is almost about 10 times what the glasses sell for.
Yeah, the fucking glasses.
Glasses sell for about $100. $75 to $100. All right, we're moving on. There's only a few left. We're moving on to the 1979, so we're moving forward in time. This is the Star Wars or the Kenner Toy Fair catalog from 1978, featuring Star Wars and Stretch Armstrong. They put employee source in there. I wasn't real sure what that means. I imagine that this belonged to an employee.
Boba Fett. Probably. Boba Fett is in that book. 1979.
Boba Fett is listed in this book. Yes.
Yes. This is
paper's weird, dude.
It is.
Yeah, these are some of the weirdest things I looked up for these toy catalogs.
I'm gonna say
paper's weird, dude.
190.
Go ahead, Dom.
190.
190. I don't think
$190.
Yeah.
But since it's got Stretch Armstrong also in here, and it's got that, typically I don't think these sell much. But I assume he's saying employee source because they don't know what they're doing. But they
I imagine they're trying to say it came from a Kenner employee. I don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
$400. I don't know why. That's way overpriced.
Yeah. Ruben says 125. We could have 60.
Yeah, 400 is way overpriced. But sometimes it's weird. Paper. I would be down with you guys at this down price, but JJ I think is playing games with us, and sometimes paper can get weird. Go ahead.
You're not too far off. 245. Yeah. Now I'll say this much: I looked both up. I chose this one because it had the Star Wars branding on the front.
Yeah, I think that's
believe it or not,
is.
the 78 catalog, which had more Star Wars toys listed, $400.
Oh wow!
Sold on the same day. Yep.
Baby Alive, Betty Crocker toys.
So you were dead spot on for the 1978 catalog.
Oh, thank you very much. What did I win?
Absolutely nothing. You won the opportunity to guess at this next one. This is the 1979 Kenner Star Wars Millennium Falcon, 100% complete with box instructions, and it works.
The box. Let me see the box. The box looks okay.
The box, yeah, it was not in too bad a shape. He didn't.
1425. I don't know why I want to say 1425, but 1425.
1780.
Oh, that's fucking high, but okay. 1780.
I was a little bit floored by this, and I don't know. I'm not a big. He's
got to be closer.
This is all stuff before my time that I wasn't a big collector of.
Yeah.
So
I had this shit too.
Well, he has the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have this shit.
I don't know if prices go up or down or whatever based on this, or maybe it's the year where there are two different Millennium Falcons. Ruben says 550. And I tell you what, Ruben is right.
Because Ruben just looked in line.
Now I don't know. Like I said, you guys tell me. I don't know if there's two. Are there two different Millennium Falcons?
No, there's a couple. There's another
but I don't know. Maybe this was the second one, and it didn't sell for much.
Not the 71 though.
That's the original. They
Yeah,
actually have a HasLab. They came out with they
came out
the Legacy.
Yeah,
that was actually it's a lot of money, and also they came out with what the hell another version that was a Toys R Us exclusive.
I don't know how bad the box actually is. It seems like it's okay, but I wonder too. Like that's like even that,
that
I got the whole full Ewok set with stickers and everything else. These toys, they do not like. It's weird because they sit at this price where this is it. Like they sit between that like 200 and 650 range in their boxes, which is wildly crazy. Because once again, not to bring up Marks or anything, but you can bring up like a Marks toy, which would be the equivalence of a Kenner toy, right? Rebranding, repackaging, a lot of their shit. Yeah. And it sells for the same price, if not more, and it's not Star Wars. You know what I mean? It's crash on top of a mountain. Nobody gives a shit. Green Army men, and it's wild. It's wild. The pricing of this is wild.
It is wild, the pricing. But if you have the instructions and the stickers, that's what makes the sale legit. The instructions and the stickers, because a lot of people
but this has it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people throw us.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like this is pretty cheap, comparable to other stuff in this realm. This is pretty cheap.
And it's complete.
Go get a box GI Joe figure of like a toy that's half this size. It sells for the same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot of the action figures sell for around that $500.
Yeah,
price.
That's
and they're a lot smaller and a lot less parts involved than anything else.
Yeah.
All right.
One more thing. This is the 1979 Kenner Star Wars radio-controlled Jawa Sandcrawler box.
Just the box.
Just the empty box. And a fairly beat up box, to be
honest. $215.
I was gonna say $280.
For just the box.
Just the box.
It says $260.
Yeah, $260.
I tell you what, you guys are kind of floored by this one.
No way. Yeah. Why? No way.
$600.
No way.
For an
this? The remote control Jawa Sandcrawler, there wasn't a lot made when they made it. And people look, if you get the complete in the box, if the box sells for $600 in the box complete, you're talking about a $2,000 over $3,000 toy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, shit.
I mean, sometimes I chide these sales too for like kind of not being upfront about it being box only, but he was pretty upfront. He didn't say box only in his listing, but in the description they said it, and also too they literally took pictures showing you it's an empty box. Like there's like
shout out taking a picture of the empty box. Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, like he wasn't really duping anybody, and it still went up to $600. So.
That's crazy.
It's wild. Excuse me.
That is wild.
But that was it. That was this week.
All right. Hey, it's actually going to be a really short show, guys, because I was up at the butt crack of dawn to make that fishing tournament, and I haven't gone since. So, JJ, thanks for all that.
Thanks.
Okay.
JJ, thanks. Great. That was good.
Yeah, it was good. JJ's.
If you guys have, by the way, I know I said it last week. If anybody out there has suggestions, throw them in the comments, not the chat, because I won't remember to put it in there. Put it in the comments after the show or something if you have a suggestion for a theme or something.
One for you.
And you want to see us guess the collectible on or something like that. So.
Sweet. Thanks for everybody that showed up. Guys, I gotta go. I will see you next week. Good stuff. Another one in the books, boys. All right. My God, where is this outro?
Where's the button?
Dude, I'm clicking the button. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Click.
The outro's not working.
Oh, we're stuck here forever.